welcome to the Undrunken Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney, and each week we talk real life beyond the bottle. What it means to dump the drink, live life fully, freely, and undrunken. Let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Not everyone quits drinking because they hit rock bottom. Sometimes it's about health, clarity, or just feeling better. I had conversations with some friends this week, and I want to talk to you about these. Both of these folks have dumped the drink. One gave up alcohol more recently for health and weight loss. The other, medically, their doctor told them they had to give up alcohol, not because of the problem, but because of what alcohol does to their body, our bodies. I, I I really enjoy these conversations, as I do a lot of the conversations I share with you. I've interviewed over 40 people. There's so many different reasons why people dump the drink. And I really love this shift away from the problem drinker narrative to these more broader, valid reasons that people are choosing to live life alcohol free. Historically, quitting equaled rock bottom, rehab, admitting you have a problem, that big, heavy word, alcoholic. I think society still carries that stigma. And here's something that I want to challenge. People always ask you why you quit. Has anyone ever asked you why you started? What are some of the reasons that we give up alcohol? Well, there's health and wellness, weight loss, better sleep, clear skin, certainly less anxiety, like my friend I was talking to earlier this week. There's the medical needs. Certain conditions, medications don't mix with alcohol. Alcohol has a huge impact on our digestive health, our heart health. If you have heart problems, alcohol should be the number one thing that you remove from your life. You know, um, you may remember interviewing Larissa. She was diagnosed with MS, and giving up alcohol was paramount in her recovery. That's my other friend I was talking to this week. He had to give up alcohol for health reasons, medical. There's mental health, right? You get lower depression, anxiety, more stability when you give up alcohol. There's reasons like productivity and clarity. You're going to have better focus, certainly less wasted time. How productive are you with a good hangover? Not at all. Relationships, just being more present for kids and partners and friendships. Um, you know, again, out of the 40 people I've interviewed, at least a couple have talked about this. Um, and then there's just that overall feeling better, personal reasons, whether it's your intuition and your energy, your just better alignment with your life and who you want to be. You know, Alcohol-free living is actually becoming trendy. Dry January numbers are growing. We've talked about this. Gen Z is drinking less. There's way, way more interest in this sober, curious movement. Wellness culture is pushing alternatives, non-alcoholic beers, mocktails. There's nah bars, whole establishments dedicated to partying like you're at a bar, but without alcohol. There's concerts and festivals that are dry. Certainly celebrities and public figures, we talked about this a few weeks ago, are openly choosing sobriety for health, not just addiction. The stigma is shifting. I kind of think we're in that messy middle, that beautiful spot that we have all shared here now for over 2 years, being undrunken. My story, I quit simply because I felt better. I had zero intentions of living alcohol free. It was a 100-day experiment, but I just figured out within the first 3 months, life was just better. So I don't think quitting has to mean you have a problem. Certainly it can, But it also can simply mean you want more for yourself. You want more for your life. The biggest takeaway for me in all of these thoughts that I've had about this, every reason to dump the drink is valid. So, what about you? What are your reasons for dumping the drink, or what is it that makes you curious about it? What do you think you'd gain by cutting alcohol out of your life? So, I want to ask you to share your why with me. You can tag me on Instagram at Undrunken Podcast. You can message me directly. You can comment here on the podcast. I just want to know, what drives you to live life on the undrunken road? Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. You can tag me on Instagram at Undrunken Podcast. I love hearing from you. Take care of yourself and keep making good choices.